What we're doing today is talking to businesses, particularly small businesses, about how they can be ready for the next disaster. Small business preparedness is incredibly important and incredibly overlooked, and this kind of an event is the first step for a business, large or small, toward taking action to be more prepared. Small businesses are an important part of the fabric of the community. So if a big emergency happens, we're going to be looking to small businesses to be part of that recovery, part of bringing that community back on its feet after the next hurricane. But we also want to make sure that they're ready for the little events. The fires, the power outages, and things like that, they can be just as disruptive to a smaller business as something like a large hurricane. We encourage small businesses to look at a couple of key elements. First, making sure that they have their important records stored in a way or stored off-site so that they have the materials, electronic or paper records, that they'll need to get their business back up and running. A key thing for all businesses is to plan, whether it be a single person business or 10 to 12 folks, to make sure that those workers have their own preparations in place at home so that they're ready, they can come and assist in getting the business back up on its feet. Have a roadmap in place to know what kinds of measures you need to take to get your business ready, what kinds of steps you'll need to take to get back up on your feet after an emergency, and what may be needed for a longer term recovery. And then finally, take action. Put elements of that plan into action, test, evaluate, and exercise that plan so that you know that you have a good plan in the event of an emergency and you're not trying to figure out what to do when the big one comes. There's a number of really good resources out here. The Small Business Development Center has prepared an excellent guide. It's a great how-to and a very approachable how-to of the steps that businesses can take to prepare themselves. I'd urge businesses throughout the state to talk to their local emergency managers in Sussex, Kent, and Newcastle County. Talk to them, see what their hazards are, see what kind of programs are in place and what kind of partnerships they can build in that local community. Talk to their other businesses, their partners, suppliers, fellow members of Chamber of Commerce and things like that, to see what kind of actions they may be taking or how they can work together as a community to be ready for an emergency. By finding out what you can do and being aware of the hazards and some of the very basic steps they can take, that's the first step on their road to preparedness and on the road to being able to recover more quickly. Information and knowledge is power, and it gives these businesses the opportunity to decide what they need to do to be ready for the next emergency.